Worst wedding photo fails. Number 14, a nice rest. A lot of people don't know this, but being a bride and planning a wedding is an incredibly hard thing to do. First of all, most of the decisions will end up being made by the bride, and some of them have been planning this day since before they can even remember, so of course, everything has to be perfect. All that stress can really take a toll on your health, so kudos to this bride who's taking it all in and letting her feet rest. Although, all that stress probably clouded her better judgment, and she didn't even realize that she's wearing a white dress while laying on the dirty floor. Number 13, official witness. When two people elope instead of going through the traditional process of marriage, they don't have their family members present, and so they need to have a witness. Our guess is that's exactly what's happening in this photo. That young couple in the background are star-crossed lovers whose families hate each other, and therefore they decided to run away and start a new life together. That guy in the bottom left-hand corner was the only man they could find to be their witness, and so they decided to commemorate him by including him in just one photo. That's probably not what happened, but it does sound more fun though. Number 12, creepy creeper creeping. Try saying that 10 times fast. Anyway, let's take a look at our next image. There's something about this picture that's a little off, or should we say off-putting? We'll give you a moment to take a look and see for yourself. You find it yet? Well, if you've given up, then take a look at the bouquet and go left from there. See it? Yeah! It's the officiator looking tremendously creepy in the background as he fits perfectly in between the lovely newlyweds who look totally adorable. This was probably a nice little memento that they had a good laugh over. Number 11, yearning for the help. Quick, someone tell her husband that the handyman could really use his help. No, this woman isn't longing for another man on her wedding day. She's merely gazing at him from afar, jealous because she once wanted to be a repairwoman. Nah, that's not true. The photographer took the image that makes it look like she's deliberately placing her hand on his backside. What she's really doing is looking off into the distance in a pose candid, and not thinking about the large sum of money that was just spent on this wedding. Number 10, step off! Walking down the aisle for a bride is perhaps one of the most stressful and anxiety-inducing moments that they will ever experience. So many things can go wrong. What if I trip? What if I start crying halfway down the aisle? What if the organist doesn't play the right music? What if I trip and fall on my face? These are all uncertain variables that could play out. Surely, this woman did not think of her father stepping right on her train. Wedding dress, $15,000. Venue, $8,000. The look on her face, priceless. Number 9, flower power. So that's where all the flowers from Grandma's garden went. Here we have a beautiful bride on what's to be one of the most important days of her life, looking absolutely stunning. Surrounding her are a group of women that sadly aren't as stunning looking. Perhaps this was intentional as she didn't want anyone to upstage her on her big day, so she forced them to wear these unique dresses. Or maybe she did genuinely love them and wanted her bridesmaids to show them off. Either way, this is a good way to make sure that you're the best dressed at your own wedding. Number 8, towering bride. Perhaps, if not, the most essential component to any wedding is the bride's dress. So you can see why it would be a little odd for a bride to choose to wear dress pants underneath her gown. It's probably because she's so unfathomably tall that her dress wasn't long enough to cover her very long giraffe-like legs. And why is she walking alone? Where's her husband, you say? Well, he's been lifting her the entire time. Yes, those aren't her pants, but could you even imagine being that tall? Number 7, always in his heart. In photography, double exposure is when two images are superimposed to create a single image. This technique can be used to create some pretty unique photos and in itself a nice form of art. This technique can also be used to create some pretty gnarly photos. There's a general saying in photography that there's no wrong way to take a picture. Clearly, whoever came up with that was lucky enough not to lay their eyes on this photograph. This is a perfect example of what not to do with double exposure. Number 6, grand entrance. One of the most memorable things about weddings is when the bride makes her grand entrance and dazzles everyone in the room with her expensive dress and says, "Today is my day, and I look better than all of you." However, this bride decided to stick a little more to her roots and go an untraditional route. Don't get us wrong, she still looks like a lovely bride, but a dirty tractor doesn't seem like the best idea, especially when you're wearing a really fancy white dress that costs a lot of money and stains easily. Number 5, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Hello? Yes, we'd like to request an exorcist. That poor unfortunate couple. After this photo was taken, they were never heard from again. It wasn't until weeks later when the wedding photos were developed that people realized they didn't know who that frightening figure looming behind them was. Just kidding. It's nothing more than a well-timed out photobomb. Hopefully, the couple got a good laugh when they looked through all of their pictures. Number 4. To the groom and best man. Whoa. Let's examine this photo, shall we? The lovely bride here is taken aback by the shock of seeing her new husband lock lips with not only someone that isn't her, but alas, with another man. How scandalous! How juicy! Way to spill the tea. This is surely one heck of a coming out that no one probably saw coming. Not to worry, surely it's just two bros being bros. For the bride's sake, hopefully, this is all just in good fun. Number 3. A weak support system. In a way, this photo is poetically ironic. Think about it. The bride is surrounded by her best maids, who are her closest friends, her loving new husband, and all his friends that are probably her friends as well. Such a wonderful, tight-knit group of people that are willing to support each other through thick and thin. Well, it turns out their support system was way stronger than the bridges that they were standing on. Though this did make for a nice photo op. Well, for all of us anyways. Number 2. A splash entrance. This woman named Sue Allegretta from Oakland, New Jersey was just recently married, and her unfortunate tumble was captured in her wedding photos. Allegretta loves her horse and wanted him to be a part of the ceremony, so she dressed him up like a unicorn and took him out to the lake to get some great shots. Well, it turns out that her horse loves to play in the water and ended up knocking the bride off his back. Thankfully, Allegretta has a good sense of humor and emerged from the water laughing off the whole incident.
And now for number 1, but first, be sure to subscribe for new videos every day.
Number 1. Unholy matrimony. Tying the knot can be pretty terrifying considering the fact that you're about to spend the rest of your life with one single person. But it doesn't have to be. There are several ways out of a marriage. Okay, only 2. Divorce and death. It looks like this groom is taking "till death do us part" a little too prematurely. Run, girl, run! I hope she made him sign a prenup. Okay, it totally looks like this guy's about to off his new bride. But there's a simple, rational explanation to all of this. They're about to cut the cake. He just happens to be holding the knife in a rather weird way.